we are back again with a warm summer. It's been hot as hell outside lately, so why not sit inside and watch anime? Because let's be real, most of us would rather burn alive watching something cool than burning alive watching the trees blow in the wind. So let's kick this video off with one of the best anime of the season so far, in my opinion. Before we get into it, I'm gonna do a ranking system at the end of the video about what you should really watch. There is another YouTuber that kind of does something like this, but I'm gonna add my own little twist to it. So yeah, let's get into the greatest romance I've ever seen. We got banger after banger after banger with romance animes, from Blue Box to this. Like, literally, who the fuck blessed us? Because we are getting magic with this run of romance anime. This show is nothing like you think it is. If you think it's a regular romance, you'd be right. And if you think this is one of the cutest romances you've ever seen, you would also be right. I said earlier really is the best way to explain this show, because none of them are what you think they are. Rintaro seems like a delinquent, but that's not really who he is. He's really kind and hate when people judge him based off of how he looks. People are typically scared of him. He's got these nasty rumors around him saying he's just some mean asshole who likes to beat ass, but he's nothing like that at all. Kadako, who is the polar opposite of him on the outside, she's also soft, nice, and kind, just like him. But she is someone who doesn't judge anybody on how they look. She likes to get to know the person and judge them based on that. Even though their two schools have beef with each other worse than Naruto and Sasuke did, they still want to know each other and get to learn more about each other. You just have this heartwarming feeling by watching this show. It's so nice and wholesome. Two characters who are genuinely good people, and they have such a dynamic cast, where you just end up liking each and every one of the characters. This show is just fucking phenomenal and probably one of my favorite romances in recent memory. A great world setting. It might be one of my favorite things about this show. You have two classes, the wealthy class and the poor class, which sounds basic, but you don't get to stay up here for too long. These places couldn't be farther apart from each other, but all that separates them is a wall. Both sides can travel freely between each other. The rich don't really fuck with the poor, and Ruto is our main character. The one who has all this bullshit happen to him. He's bullied by many people. A lot of people don't like him. He takes things from the wealthy that they throw out because 99% of the time, the stuff is still perfectly usable, and he sells it to help make some extra money in this ran down place. He lives with Regato, who is basically his foster father. Sorry, I fucked up the name. I apologize. I know, I'm sorry. Then shit really hits the fan because we see his adopted father on the floor dead, and he screams to Ruto to change this piece of shit world. People accuse him of doing all this murder, and they turn their back on him, and then they throw him off this island known as the Sphere, and the world below is so awesome. It's just this trash fucking land. Literally nothing but trash for miles. Now, this is where everything really kicks off. Everybody's design down here is so unique, and they stand out from each other. It also has a pretty cool power system where if you have a bond with an object, you can turn it into a weapon, and Ruto here has the power of turning anything into a weapon because of his gloves, which I think is the reason he can change so many things into his weapon. This show is really good, and I'm very excited to see where everything goes from here because each character stands out from the last, and the fighting seems really cool. Plus there's big ass trash monsters to fight, which is really cool. This show is all around really fun and enjoyable, and there's so much to like about it. Plus the world is really fucking cool. Witches have been done so much recently, so how would they make this one stand out? They made a witch who's silent. She's not really silent at all. She can speak, but she's extremely timid. So when she was learning her magic spells and she was originally in class, she couldn't speak it because she was so nervous. So she ended up creating a way to activate the incantations without speaking. She's part of the 7 sages and lives her life out in the middle of the woods, but she's put on a mission by one of the other sages because he's protected the first prince, but they also want him to protect the second prince, but he's like, no, I can't do both. So he asked her, Monica, the silent witch, to, you know, help him out. Eventually, she does end up going to the school to protect the second prince. We are slowly drip-fed her backstory. She was bullied for not talking. She even has something going on with her parents. They might have died because later on we see her like sitting in this alleyway and she's talking and like somebody's throwing beer bottles at her. But we do get this flashback of her asking her father why he's doing all these number things, and he says it's because the challenge, that it's so much fun. So she takes out on the chin and challenges herself to make friends. So she makes friends with a person who was also outcasted by the class because she bought her way up into royalty. Also, this part genuinely got a chuckle out of me. I thought it was really funny. It's exciting to see how she's going to grow, how she's going to change throughout the show. The animation is also really good. I made a whole video why this show is so cool. While I'm not going to go into every detail here, you can check out that full video if you want to hear more about it, but this show represents horror in the best possible way. It's so cool how they make these horror shots work, and plus the story is really good too. I was super invested after each episode on the whole thing. And the way everybody interacted with each other is a big standout for the show. Plus, they finally got some horror and anime right, which is amazing. Starting off with a confession is really crazy, but this is how everything is going to change between both of them. We have Renko, who has changed everything about herself because she wants to be not so much of an introvert. She has made a couple of new friends, but the really important one is Mai, the woman who confessed to her, and brought her into this friend group. But we see the day before, she's freaking out, and these two have a really nice conversation about everything, and it leads right into her confessing about her feelings. So the two come up with a compromise. Well, they will play best friends because Renko wants to have a best friend in school like that, and she hates the unstableness of a relationship, and they play a couple because Mai wants to show the greatness of being couples. So they switch throughout the days fighting over which is the best outcome for them. But then one of my favorite conversations comes up from them in episode 2. When Renko explains why she wants a best friend, she explains that she wants them to be there when she's down, or to do stuff with them when she's happy. But then Mai's like, yo, can't you do that with a girlfriend too? Like, they are both right. These are things you can do with both best friends and in a relationship. It's gonna be about discovering how she really feels. It can be funny sometimes, and it's nice to see how they are growing closer and closer with each other. This show's got everything you like about Nichicho, which makes sense because they have the same author. You can see it all through the show, how random stuff is, how each thing leads to something goofy and silly going on 99% of the episode, plus the art style is fantastic. You can see how much they've improved on it since Nichicho came out. While I don't think it is as funny as that show, I still think there's plenty to like about this show. They are different shows, but they still have the same humor that you enjoyed so much from each show. What I really enjoy about this show the most is the city. It feels alive. You can see all the enjoyment going around the city. It's a big city and you can tell by every part of it, plus the zoom in shots look really good too. The color makes the show pop, and the free-flowing animation looks really great. I think this is one to check out purely for the animation aspect. You might even stay around for the comedy. A world full of dangerous beasts, but only 4 stand above all of them, and each one of them can completely turn the world on its head. So they sent heroes after them to kill them and expand the land, but one fateful day 13 warriors were sent to fight, and they got fried. And when the Demon Lord fed up, he attacks the main kingdom, leaving a major power vacuum behind after he fucking destroyed everything. But a girl screams for him to give this baby a chance, before he destroys the whole world. They do give this baby a chance, and that leaves the world a hope that maybe, if this baby is raised in the right hands, that the beast will not destroy the world. He brings one of the heroes back, piecing them back together with their magic. Now, Clevites looks to take on the whole world to understand humanity. This show is dark and fucked up. It's gory, but holy shit is it really good. We follow the trio and learn how fucked up this world can really be. This is one you got to check out. It shows off humanity's worst traits and humanity's best traits, and I'm really excited to see where each of their characters go.
贈り物の品は返さなくていい。アナスタジア城の墓前に捧げてくれと言ったらすぐに。待て！
The title is so funny to me because he actually wanted to get with Maria, so the show being called A Betrothal to My Sister X is kind of silly to me because he actually wanted her, you know, it's kind of goofy. These two met at the birthday party where they hit it off instantly, but since Maria's family has been treating her like shit, telling her she's ugly, everything you can think of they have said to her, she ran away because she thinks she doesn't deserve this shit at all. So he never catches her name, so he asked her hand in marriage, and basically he got confused on the names and asked for Maria's sister, who ended up dying in a carriage accident, which is kind of crazy. Now they have to work through this misunderstanding because Maria thinks he wanted her sister, but in reality he wanted her. But I like this series because Maria was genuinely beaten and treated like shit. They blamed her for her sister dying, but you can see her finally grow into someone who is confident, who fully realizes her own worth, and that she is doing this all through her own self-discovery. And she finally found someone who genuinely loves her for her outside of her sister. I just really like her character arc and her finally discovering her self-worth. You need another harem for your summer needs? Well, this show might not be a harem, but this show is something of a romance. He might end up with all 3 of them, but these 3 girls are the royalty at the school, and Yu is the son of one of the greatest actresses ever. She sadly passed away, and she never had a family dynamic she always wanted, so she tells him to find his own family now that she's gone. He finally found it with these 3 ladies, and he's doing everything in his power to make it all work. They are all dedicated to their goal. It's a solid show where you're curious about what their characters are and all their backstories, and their main motivation for their goals. This show is pretty good.
からないわね。実は魔法について聞きたいことがあってさ。大国でも数人しかいないアークメイジだろ。母さん以上に詳しい人
A man blessed to go back in time and fix everything that happened in this world. This anime is a time-traveling anime, technically. We follow Kyle as he finally beats the Demon Lord and gets sent back in time, and he uses all the secrets of the future to prevent everything that happened before the Fire Nation attacked. So now we follow Kyle's journey as he becomes a hero and saves this land from, you know, the demons. This show is just one of them ones that you gotta watch because, yeah. After much anticipation, Season 2 finally came back, and holy shit, it felt like it never left. And that might be because I just watched Season 1 not that long ago. It still is the best comedy I have ever seen. And I said seen because I haven't seen Gintama yet. In all seriousness, I made a video on this show not that long ago, and everything I said about it then still plays into why this season is so great. It's equally as funny, it's equally as good, it's equally as great. So many misunderstandings, and there's plenty of goofy moments that'll make you laugh. Grand Blue is back like it never fucking left.
やば、かわいい。さすが五条くん、安定。ってことで
They came back with a bang for this show. This show blew up when it originally came out, and they took the long-ass break to improve on everything about the show. They took this from a regular-looking anime to one where everything flows so well and is animated so perfectly. They took everything from the manga and added their own sauce to it, and it was a super great change. Everything you enjoyed about the characters in the first season is right back at it. All the voice actors and the characters are really enjoyable. They just took this show and turned it into a high anime production, and you can tell how much is going into this show now. They realized what they had on their hands, and now they're going to elevate it to a completely another level. It looks amazing.
こんなんじゃ金稼げませんから。VTuber になりたいな。
うわ、めっちゃ楽しみ。後でもう一回送るんとこよ。
Does this show really need any introduction? I mean, you watched it last time out, and you're probably gonna watch it again this season. This show keeps that same fire that the first season had, and the action is amazing, and each episode you keep wanting more and more. The friendship is just as good as when we last left them, and they even took it up a notch with the animation. It's just one of those shows you wish had all the episodes, so you could just sit there and binge it, because each episode leaves you wanting more. And plus, more sad backstories that will make you cry just like the first season. Now I think I found one of my favorite characters in the show. I know some people have been hating on this opening, but like, this shit slaps, and like plus there's some cool visuals that they do, so that was pretty cool. This season is full of everything you enjoyed about the first season. Such amazing animation and amazing moments. There really ain't much I can add to it. It's just as good as the first season, might honestly be better. I don't really got much to say about this show, to be honest with you. This is the 4th season of the show, and they're gonna keep pushing it out. At least this panel is going to be adapted this year, so that's funny. Just remember that we have this series now, so enjoy it before it's gone, because you will miss it when it is gone. So I didn't want to make a category for everything, so like I said at the beginning, I am going to do a quick little tier list for the other shows that you should watch. So here's all the ones that we've already done. Here's all the locations of what you want to watch. So the next show we are going to do is Rui Rocks. This show is pretty solid, so I'll put it here because it's a solid show that you can watch. Dude, detectives are kind of crazy or wacky. I forgot to show the title. I'll put the title in the thing. But yeah, it can go here too because it's okay. Number 8, Season 2, pretty fucking solid. I'd watch it. It's a banger. Penny and Socking Season 2, pretty solid. But it also does have, like, I feel like, you know, you gotta have the right specific amount of taste to watch the show. So, but yeah, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. The Water Magician, you know, it's cool. It's a fun isekai. That's really all. It's a fun one. Dr. Stone Season 4 Part 2, you know. It's the end of the series, I think, so, you know, I'll cry. This show, it's weird. I don't even know how to really describe it, so I'm gonna just put it here because it's a show. Plus, the manga's better. The manga's better. I read the manga because I was like, but what the fuck is this show? The manga's better. Call of the Night Season 2. More vampires. More vampires. Bunny Girl Senpai Season 2! It's finally fucking back, and they're finally adding the movies on here, so yeah. It's a great show. Great show. A guy reincarnates as the King of Ruin, and you know, he's actually a really nice, cool fucking guy. Overall, the show is okay. A pretty silly show about camping, and you learn about camping as these two solo camp for 10. It's a pretty nice show. You'll have fun with it. Generational beef from generational beef from generational beef. Also, the end of the first episode, really heart-wrenching moment. The voice acting, everything, they cooked. But everything else I was kind of like, on, so it goes here. I'm sorry. Hopefully everybody did enjoy the summer video. I know I added a lot more anime than I usually did, but there's still more I do want to add once I figure out the short format I want to do. But yeah, hopefully everybody did enjoy, and plus I got some more that I want to do, but I didn't include this video, so, you know. I watched a lot more that wasn't in this video, so I'll try to make some shorts on those, and once I figure out how I want to format it. But yeah, hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.